everyone, welcome back to Messy and Beautiful. I'm Sarah Jane, thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be recoiling an Erin Condren planner. I have never done this before, this is brand new to me. I use an Erin Condren for work. I've got my 2021 planner here, and what I'm going to do is be essentially Frankenplanning this planner, which is an old planner from 2019-2020 that I bought from Zulily, so it was cheap when I first got it, and then I didn't get it until about May. I was using it for like content planning and stuff, and I've only used a couple of months, and then it just fell by the wayside and I stopped using it again. So essentially what I thought I would do this year is take this apart and refill the pages with just some blank note paper, and then I can put a calendar down, put dividers in and this sort of thing. I've never done this before, like I said at the beginning, so it's going to be a bit of an adventure. Now, what I want to do, so this is my very well used 2021 planner. I can't show you the contents because of the nature of the work that I do, but in the back I've got tons of like dot grid pages that haven't been used, so I thought they would be useful in the new one. I also really like the silver coil. I'm not that keen on the gold one, so what I think I'm going to do is uncoil this, take the pages out, and then use the coil for this planner and put some pages in here and that sort of thing. I haven't really thought about how I'm going to do it. I've seen it done a couple of times. So raid my husband's toolbox, he's got like sets of pliers and things, and I think that these are probably going to be the best set, and I'm going to give them a try. Now I've also got on my lap a ratty old tea towel, just so that I can essentially try and protect the coil a little bit. But let's just get going because this video might be very long. It also might end up very sweary. Now, what I've never understood about watching people uncoil planners, what I'm going to do is basically cover the tea towel, cover the coil with the tea towel and unfold this little bit at the bottom. Like I say, having never done it before, also doing it blind, I don't really know if this is a good idea or not. But I thought I would start with the coil I don't want to use, because then at least if I ruin it, I can stop and just be like, no, I'm not doing it. But one of the things I haven't understood when I watched someone else do this is that they uncoiled both ends, and I don't really know why you would need to. Right, up to now I've made very little progress other than bend it. Because it's a spiral bound planner, in theory, if you uncoil one end, you don't need to uncoil the other. This is really tricky. I'm trying to make it flat. So you can see now I've sort of pulled it out and made it straight. So I think what I need to try and do is flatten that bit there. It is damaging the coil a little bit, but I don't think that's going to bother me because it saved me about 60 quid on a new planner. Yeah, so because it's a spiral bound planner, the theory is that you should just be able to uncoil it from one end and then slide all the pages off. Now, I don't know how straight I need it to be, but I'm assuming that kink is going to cause me a problem. Probably could do with someone with a bit of brute force, couldn't I? I'm very much a swear at it till it works kind of person. I don't have much strength. I don't know if these are the best things to be using for it either. It's also really tricky because you're doing it without looking at it. I think that's really going to damage it though if I start doing that. Which I don't mind a little bit of scratching, I just don't want it to be completely wrecked. I have got to look at it all year. Oh, that felt like it did something. Well, I've got it out. Is that going to go? I don't know if that's going to go. Might be a bit tough to get it back on, that's the only thing. Going to keep trying. This might be a highly edited video as well, just to warn you, because I don't know how long I can sit here rambling on while you're just watching me trying to get this planner uncoiled. I'm not convinced I'm actually doing very much, to be honest. So I think that is probably as flat as I'm going to get it. I have damaged it a little bit because I have zero patience as well, so I'm probably the worst person to be watching doing this. I am going to leave the covers on just because I don't like the noise really, and save me a job. And I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to get this off. I don't think it's straight enough. It's not straight enough. Let's keep trying. Right, I'm going to try that. Right, it's a bit fiddly, but it is coming off now. Aha. Right, and I think that's why people uncoil it both ends, just because that bit gets stuck. So I'm thinking if I can slide that to the outside and get it over the first hurdle as such, because this end doesn't necessarily need to be uncoiled. I actually think it might be easier without the cover on. So I'm going to take the covers off. I've got loads of different covers for this planner as well, which is the other thing I quite liked, because I was switching out the covers when I got bored of it, which kept me moving with it. So maybe if I, aha, there we go, hold it like that. It needs a little bit of help, but it is coming undone. I can't believe I'm doing this. I think I might have gone mad. But again, using up my supplies, that's the intention. Sorry if that's a bit close, but I only have so much space. Quite hurts your wrist. I'm having to like give it a bit of force to go through the pages, so it's not particularly flat. I wonder if I can just tuck that bit in a little bit. Probably made it worse now, haven't I? But it is going, because I'm about halfway. I also decided to do this while my husband's away, because I thought, first of all, if it takes me hours, he's not going to get annoyed at me that I'm sitting up here for hours trying to get this done. And secondly, I can't just give up, because he's the sort of person that if he tries to fix anything, he can just do it. Which, don't get me wrong, is wonderful for me, and fixing up a house is that he can just get on and do all of it. But it means that I have to show a bit of persistence. Nearly there. I've got about 5 more to do. 4 more. This is mad. This is absolutely mad. I haven't clipped the pages together because I figured I'd do that after. But I now have an uncoiled planner and a spare gold coil. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to switch the camera off while I uncoil the silver one. Just to be on the safe side, because I don't inadvertently want to show anything I shouldn't be showing on camera, and then I'll come back once I've done that and start to put the pages together. Okay, so what I have managed to do is to get a coil back on the old planner. This is my 2021 planner. I put the gold one back on it so I could use the silver. It was a bit tricky. There was a lot of like popping sounds going through. I was like, that's ripping the pages. So like down here, one of the pages is quite ratty. But I'm just keeping this for reference now, so it doesn't matter too much. I don't need to access it as much as I would normally, like on a day-to-day basis. So I think that's worked out pretty well. I do now understand why people do both of the ends on the coil, because you end up with the ratty one at the top otherwise. But you're about to watch me recoil a planner anyway, so you'll get to see what I do. I'm just going to put this one to one side. The reason I did this now is because I'm the sort of person that will stick the pages to one side and say, oh, I'll do that later, and then I'll never get around to doing it. because it's just not that important. So now at least it's done, and I can put that to one side on my bookcase. At work, I'm going to move my light a little bit because it's got really dark over here all of a sudden. Hopefully that's okay. I can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, so it can now just go sit on my bookcase and I haven't got to worry about it anymore. Now, this one is the planner I have. I'll tell you what I'll do. This is what I pulled out of the old planner. There wasn't much there, to be honest. Some sticker sheets I had in the back pocket. I had some snap-in post-its that I am probably going to reuse. I managed to get maybe 20 sheets of dot grid out the back of it. Another pocket. I really like this one. I think it's really pretty. The other planner I've got is neutral, so it's a bit boring. And then a few leftover stickers. There aren't many on there because I do actually use those that came in the back of the planner. And the other thing about this one from Zoo Lily is it didn't actually have any stickers in the back of the planner, so I'm definitely putting a pocket in there just to hold the stickers that I do use. I got a divider that says notes, and then these are the pages from the monthly that I didn't use, so they're like the last page of the month where they've got that box at the top. That one came from half a week that I hadn't used either side, and then there's a couple of others. So actually, when you think of how many sheets you get in the monthly planner, that's the back page as well. Not that it really matters, because they're just going to end up getting shoved in wherever. But from how many pages you get in a monthly planner, I literally pulled out, 5 pages? So it's really worth me using these planners when I'm at work, because I do actually fill them up. Right, so I've got dot grid, and now the insides, the guts of this planner are lined pages. So there's a calendar on each page, and then they're lined like this. And I don't think I care that it's going to not match, because it's still paper for me to write on, and it's still in conjunction with the calendar. So what I'm going to do is try and put a planner together. I keep moving stuff around because I don't really know where to put it. I'm going to leave all of that stuff, and I need all of that. What I was going to do, that I'm actually a little bit glad I didn't, was pull apart a notebook, which I might still have to do if I haven't got enough pages, but I've got a few of these ones that are like just, you know, your standard notebooks, and I could pull the pages out and use coil clip connectors, but I don't really see the point when I've already uncoiled it. I'm a little bit glad I didn't though. The coils are smaller and fatter, so I think they're actually going to be even harder to like prise apart. And the other thing I will say is I absolutely massacred this silver one, but I've done it now, and it's for work, so I'm sure I'll survive. So they're the pages I've pulled. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, right, cover page, calendar page. I might do what I did in the Happy Planner one, if you haven't seen that video, where I printed out, and move my light again, where I printed out some basic calendars. So I might do that again, or maybe use like the Coffee Monsters Co ones or something that are already done and just need to be sized. I'm keeping this because this is really useful for me. I use this for like training sessions each month across the top. So I go January, I think I normally go January, February, March, April, May, June, and then the other half of the year here. And then whatever training I've done, I just keep a log in here. I have actually already started using this as well. So I've just realised I can't show you the January pages because you can see there's already like some washi tape on stuff on them. So I'm keeping January as it is anyway. Then February is a blank calendar. This says birthdays, I'll cover that up. My other one didn't, but I used these spreads, but only intermittently. Mostly it was use of the calendar, which you can see I've already started redating because I've redated the whole of January, so I just need to go through and do the rest. And then I use the notes pages, so you get calendar pages, then 1, 2, oh, there's only 2 notes pages. Is that what it was in my old one? I'm sure it was more than that. I might put some more pages in. I'm just going to double check. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4 notes pages behind it. This one's only got 2. That's weird. I don't feel like I've pulled any out. 1, 2. Right, in which case we're going in. 3, maybe 3. Right, and then March, again, keep those few pages, and then I've got 1, 2, again with the 2, really bizarre. And this one, I wonder if, did I pay extra to have extra pages put in the middle of the planner? I don't think I did. 3, I'm just going to go with 3, because what I can do is whatever notes paper I've got left is shove in the back, because actually this one's got, maybe I should have done that. What an idiot. Didn't need to uncoil that other one, did I? What I'm going to do is go back, and the odd page I've taken out of here. Right. Oh God, I'm completely mucking this up now, aren't I? Right. Where does May go? Somewhere there. Take that page out. May goes in here. May. Maybe. They're all the same colour. There's an end. So that must be the start of May. Right. I am going to take the notes paper out of here, out of the back, because I did use some of it, not very much. And I'm going to bump up the months with this stuff, because then it at least matches what's in the other side. And I know I said I didn't care, but I think I do a little bit. Add any pages in January. 1, 2. No, I did not. So January needs an extra page. So chuck one in January. Right, let's start that again. So then dashboards, calendar, 1, 2, off my pile 3. Right, so I've moved my lighting again. Right, so then 1, 2 notes pages. Take that one out because that's the one I added in. And add in this one. Then April. Dashboard, calendar. Oh, 1. Oh no, 2. Extra sheet of paper. May. Oh, I've just realised they all say 2020 on them, so I'm going to have to get some stickers and cover that over. That's okay. I can do that. Right, May. I'm getting to the point where I'm about to have used this. So this is the only reason I haven't sped this bit up. 1, 2, 3. I wonder if this is why it was sold on Zulily and it was a bit cheaper, because it was like a factory reject. Right, so I don't need June and I don't need these pages. But what I might do is reuse the calendar, the divider, because I don't actually need this stuff. So I can just bin that. I didn't use it enough for it to warrant anything. So I've then got divider with what would be the dashboard page. I then need 2 pages for a calendar, which I might actually put in dot grid for that. I've got dot grid. How does it go? Divider, dashboard, dashboard page, calendar, and then 1 get myself in a tiz, 2 3 lines pages, then July divider, dashboard page, take that out, calendar, and then 1, 2, 3 pages. In August, take that out, dashboard page, don't need this, that's some blank pages, that's where I stopped I think for a little while. Right, so divider, dashboard page, calendar. What I haven't done is figure out, did I cover that last one over? So divider, dashboard page, calendar, no. I'm going to check June. This is all good fun. Right, so divider, dashboard page, calendar. That's why, because I didn't think of it to start off with. So what I'm going to do is go glue that from there to there, so it just covers that stuff up, because I don't need that stuff. That then gives me my dashboard page, which then gives me a calendar page, and then I'm going to start there. We're going to go 1, 2 and 3. So it doesn't matter that that is always going to look like that. That's not going to irritate me at all. She says it will. It will totally irritate me, but I will get used to it because I only scribble in this for work. Right, so that one's okay. 1, 2, and I need a third page. I could have matched up the colours as well, but I really can't be arsed. Right, October I started using it again, so October, cover that over, get rid of that stuff. Right, so cover that over, dashboard page, calendar, 1, 2, 3. Then November should be fine because I stopped using it again. And then 1, 2, 3. And then December should be fine. Calendar. And then 1, 2, 3. And then that's going to be redundant anyway, so I might just stick that together. And then those, I don't need those either. In there. And then, actually, I'm quite glad I did that, because look how much notepaper I've got left. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. So it was worth me, 7 pages. Oh, that's a divider. So it was totally worth me uncoiling that planner. The other one, to put the pages in here so that I've actually got enough space, because if I run out of room then my fallback is to go back to the notes pages, but if there aren't that many, there's only 6 pages back here. Do I want to put in some of the notebook, or do I want to just leave it and put coil clip connectors? I might have a go at this. Right, I'm going to take 5 minutes and I'm just going to have a think. Okay, so what I've done is uncoil a skinnier coil. That was actually far easier than the bigger one. I don't know if that's because I've done it now a couple of times, I'm getting better at it, or it's just easier. The other thing I realised is that this has got a whole sheet of stickers in the back of it that I didn't know existed. Right, so before I do that, I am going to take some of this paper out of this notebook, so that I have got enough in the back here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. I'd say that's probably about enough. I don't want to put too much in, but I also don't want to not have enough, you know. And what I might do, put the nice stuff at the front, all the fun coloured stuff, and put the rubbishy other stuff at the back. And one of these is dot grid, isn't it? Nope. Because I think that planner is really boring, which is probably why I stopped using it in the first place, because the neutral is boring. Sorry if I'm offending all of you neutral planners out there, each to your own, you know, you do you, but 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. That should be enough. Right, yeah, you do you. If you like neutral planning, more power to you, but it's just not my thing. I just don't like it. I am a colourful person. Right, so stickers, 1. Need those. I'll put those in afterwards. I don't think I need this, so I think I might keep that for another use. I'm just going to move all these pliers out of the way. The other thing I did do was test out these. These are like real long, but they're flat on the inside, whereas these are like gripped. I actually think the flat ones work better. So if you have flat pliers, then I would highly recommend them over and above these. But like I say, I'm just using what I've got lying about rather than trying to. There's a couple left on there. There aren't many. Got any more that have actually got? I think what I did was, because I bought these on like a D-stash, because again, using them, ran out, bought some on a D-stash, and I trimmed the edges off because I didn't think ever about recoiling planners. I just thought that's not me, and now here I am doing it. So I don't think I need those. I'll take those out for the minute just because of the weight of them, and then I want this pocket in the back. So I've kept the stickers, not that there's many left, but it will make me use the last few. And then I've got that one. Plus then actually, what you can do is pull this stuff off, and then you've got some sticker paper in the back. So if you wanted to add more stickers to your planner without having to use up the pocket, then you can. Just an idea. Right, so that must go that way round because that says Erin Condren on the back. And then what we're going to do is make this all nice and neat as much as possible without waking up my child, because I can't bang it about too much just in case, although she has just slept through the church bell practice, which happens every Tuesday. It wasn't happening during lockdown, and we moved in just before lockdown started, and I didn't realise that it was a thing. And now I'm like, oh my god, it drives me up the wall every week. I'm like, seriously, do we really need more practice? Like, you know what you're doing. And some people in the, like, where I live are like, oh, it's lovely to hear it again. And I'm like, oh, I didn't realise that when I moved in, and now I've got to put up with it every week of my life. But it's on the other side of my house. It's not like in my living room window or anything. So I'm just trying to knock these pages so that they're flat against each other. So when I put the clips on, you can see all the way through the holes. Because I think then that leaves quite a nice little pattern at the top. I could have used this pocket actually, because that actually matches the planner. I don't like it, it's boring. I prefer this one. You're going to see me do this every year now, aren't you? I'm going to buy like old Erin Condren planners on D-stashes and sit and recoil them. Okay, I'm going to try my very best to put this first clip on without moving everything, because it's also getting it so that everything fits in it, because of course I can only go to the thickness of this bulldog clip, binder clip, whatever you want to call it. I can't go any thicker than that, so I didn't want to put too much in anyway and then risk it. I don't think that is very flat. I can't see through all of that, so I'm wondering if I can just shimmy it around a little bit. I'm sorry if I've just offended anyone that plays a musical instrument as well. I know you need to practice. It's just me being pernickety. That is awful. That does not line up in the slightest. Let's try that again. That's better. Right, don't move it, Sarah. Don't move it. And this one. This will be good, because then when I go to work now, I've actually got a planner I can use rather than, because I mean I have been using it, as you've seen from January I've been using it, but rather than worrying about it not being all in the right order and stuff, and when I'm going to get a chance to do it, means I can actually get on with it. Right, so then you probably can't see that, but just to get it started, I am hanging the planner off the edge of the table and just trying to get the first few like loops all the way through, because once you've done the first few it gets much easier. So this one's a bit tricky. I always find the one time I've done this, I found it easier once I'd got past the first maybe 2 or 3, because then you're less likely to tear the pages. This is where I completely fuck it up, isn't it? And I've destroy the whole thing. I wonder if I need to flatten that coil a bit more. Now I'm trying to do it. I've got it through the first one, so let's do it with it on here. Oh my god, I've lost my mind. Why? Why would I do this to myself? You could save yourself the aggravation and just buy yourself a new planner. But that's not the reason I decided to do this. What I might do, going as much grip as I can get to try and flatten this bit out. I'm going, if I pull one way and one the other, it might flatten it just enough. I say flatten, kind of continue the coil, like spiral, coil bound, spiral bound, wherever you're from. This needs a bit of help. Wonder if there's too much in here. I think we're going to need a bigger boat. I'm hoping this isn't completely destroying every single page. And now I've got it stuck. Now it's stuck. Oh, I've just ripped that pocket. That's annoying. It needs a little bit of help, this one. I definitely did a better job on the gold one, which is weird because this is the second one I did, not the first. Maybe I overthought this one. You know me and overthinking. Also wonder if it's because I've massacred the edge of it, so it isn't going round as easily, maybe. Give it a wiggle. You get the idea. It might take me a little while. I'm going to do the same thing again, and I'm going to stop it off camera. But you get the premise of what you're supposed to be doing. My only advice to you, if you're going to do this, is to take your time when you first pull that folded bit out of the planner, out of the coil, because that is crucial to how easy this bit is. That is what I've learned today. It's good, isn't it? It's nice to learn something new every day. That's my life lesson for you. Very important one if you're planning on recoiling an Erin Condren. Right, I'll stop jabbering. I'm going to just go and do this. Okay, so I've come back on just as I've got like 4 more to do. And the reason for this, coming back on a little bit early, is that I think I've cracked it. What you need to do as you put it through, if you completely massacre the coil like I have, is just wiggle it backwards and forwards, because it just goes through, like, it's like it finds its own way through the paper based on the creases. Because I've all of a sudden just sped up a little bit, and I thought it would be nice to share that little tip, just in case you really do get stuck. The other thing about not uncoiling both ends is that when you get to this part and you're at the very end, you first of all have to go back and tuck that in. My hands are filthy, probably the pliers. When you get to this part and you then tuck it back in, you also end up with that bend at the front, which might not bother some people, but it bothers me. So the next part, all you need to do is just go back to where you bent it out of shape in the first place and tuck it back in. She says like it's going to be easy. Is this going to be easy? No. No, it is not. Brute force and ignorance, people. That's what you need to do this. We're going to do it. Brute force and ignorance. The last one was far easier than this one. Maybe it's something about the gold coil. Maybe I should have used a gold coil. Maybe the universe is telling me that I've had enough silver. That's not going to go very well though, because I've now bent that out of shape at the back, and I do fold the planner back on itself. So I am going to need that loop at the top to be okay. So I'm going to go back like this to get that back into shape, And then I'm going to try just fold that bit down. I've made a right hash of this, but there we go. That should be okay. And tuck that one back in at the bottom. Because all I did with this one was just pull it out a little bit, just so that I could get it over the edge of the pages at the very last minute. I also don't want to massacre this end as well, just in case I ever want to undo it again and reuse the coil, which, to be honest with you, I'm not sure I'm that eager to do, but in the interest of saving, I say 60 quid, it'd be more than that, wouldn't it? Because it's not just the planner, it's the shipping and the customs and all the other, not customs, VAT, you know what I mean. I'm trying to fold this bit down without wrecking the coil. I feel like that probably should have gone through one more time. Maybe if I do it like that. It's a bit more on the back, isn't it? I feel like someone's going to like severely injure themselves on this. There we go. I think that is me done. So in theory now, what I have is a planner that needs some redating. Oh, look at that. Do you know what? It is rather satisfying turning the pages of this, knowing that I put it all together. Right. Look at this. Look, pretty note paper. With my stickers in the back. And then a pocket. And it does work all the way through. I did rip the top of the pocket. But as it's a coil bound, as long as the middle bit holds, then it should be fine. So I just need to choose a cover, which, because I have a whole array of covers, most of which have got my name on. Oh, that one just says Sarah Jane. There we go. So I've got a whole array of covers. I've got Hello Kitty. I've got the blue mid-century circles. I've got She Designed a Life She Loved. I've got red and white Hello Kitty. Blue and white Hello Kitty. So I think I had this one on my planner last year because that's the one I ordered with it. And I loved it. It's also rather professional. But I think I'm a massive child. So I think what I'm going to do is go for a Hello Kitty one. I'm feeling like it's a blue Hello Kitty kind of day. So I'm going to just snap on the cover. Now, I haven't actually used this before because it's still got all the plastic in the middle of it. Come on, Erin Condren, this is just laziness, isn't it? Like, here, we're going to charge you all this money for a laminated piece of cardboard, and now we're not even going to take the middle pieces out of the... What's it for you? Any tips for this, anybody? Oh, I don't think I've got the energy for this now. Because you should just be able to take it out of the packaging and snap it in, shouldn't you? But look, it's got all of these little bits of plastic all the way up. I get it, it's supposed to also protect the coil clips, but it doesn't feel like very good product when you have to do stuff like this yourself. I'm also going to end up with loads of little squares of plastic all over my desk. Seriously, seriously. How am I supposed to get this planner on, this cover on, if you don't take out all of the stupid little pieces of plastic? Like, I paid money for this, and now look, just like, honestly, they should just pop out like those ones do. Should literally be able to get the cover out and go, right, I'm putting this one on. This is the other reason I don't use this for like an everyday planner, because my happy planner, pulling pages in and out of it, so much easier. Because you go, oh, I want an extra page there. There we go, extra page. You're like, oh, I don't want that there, that one there. Or I want to work on a flat piece of paper. I don't want to work on a notebook today. Out it comes. Like, I love a disc bound system for that reason. Because even clicking these on is a pain in the arse. Maybe next year, I'm not going EC. I might go to Happy Planner and just get a Happy Notes or something and do that instead. But then the one advantage of this is that it doesn't all fall apart in my bag. So like when I chuck it in my handbag, or like my work bag to go to meetings and things, I can just take this with me and it doesn't all fall to pieces, and it's all in one place where I need it to be. So look at all those lovely pieces of plastic. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, just for the moment, because I'm about to get a load more, aren't I? So let's move this out of the way. I have come to the conclusion that I hate plastic covers. Because yes, while they protect your planner and you can change them and it makes them look pretty, I'm still annoyed about my Happy Planner cover. And now I'm annoyed about this. Because I'm forever going to know that I spent a good 5 minutes of my life taking little bits of plastic out of the edge of it that I'm never going to get back. It's not even like satisfying, you know, like if you pop bubble wrap or something, it's really satisfying. This, not so much. Just irritating. I think I've got a bit of a mood on today, haven't I? Sound right grumpy. Oh well, you get all sides of me here. I actually feel like I'm doing stuff again though. I went through a phase of like not doing anything, like literally just sitting and watching TV. And this interrupted my Emily in Paris binge watch session while my husband's away, to catch up with it, to come up here and do this, because I was like, I literally can't sit and watch TV for 2 hours because not being productive kills me. And then I get really annoyed at myself, particularly when I'm at work, that I could have spent my evening doing something a little bit more worthwhile. To the point where this lunchtime, like in my lunch break, I even did some designing for my shop, which I have not done since before Christmas. So that's nice. I literally just poured that next to my dustbin. Honestly, I think tiredness is kicking in now. It is very, very late. I was going to go back and watch some more Emily in Paris after this. I thought this would only take me about 20 minutes to do. So naturally, when I was going on about how late it was, my battery then died. So now I have pretty much finished making up my planner for the year, and there were a few bits you missed, but it was mainly just me putting the cover on. So I've got this Hello Kitty cover on it. Not going to show you the front just because it's got my full name on the front. So there it is already. So I've got a few stickers to go through and do, but it's now all ready for me to start using as my work planner. And as I said before, you probably won't see this again now. It's going to have loads of confidential information in it. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to uncoil an Erin Condren again, but that was my experience of it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry if it's gone on for a bit longer than perhaps I expected. If you did like it and you want to see more content like this, then do hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll leave my Instagram handle down below as well, so if you wanted to go and follow me over there, then you can do. Thanks very much for joining me again, and take care. Bye.